Hello, my name is Steve, and this is the second video about carving some form of sculpture out of this piece of wood. So since the last one I have cut away some of the wood with the bandsaw, having first chiselled away quite a lot of the excess that I didn't want with my chisels. I wanted to do that just in order to get the feel of it. But then to speed the process up a bit, because I was very clear that I wanted it circular, I cut the corners off with the bandsaw. So who knows where it came from, that particular bit. I could line it up if I took long enough. And then to get it really circular, I put it on a lathe. So this surface, all the way around, has been made into a very accurate circular cylinder. I haven't turned any of the wood on the lathe off either of the two surfaces, because there's a certain amount of, there's like slightly more depth down here, and there are these pieces where it's cut away at the moment on here on this side, and I didn't want to keep shrinking it down on the lathe. There's always a danger with a lathe, because you can make things look terribly kind of neat, that you kind of get carried away and then you end up with a rather small piece of wood. So I stopped myself as soon as I'd got this accurately round, and I've sanded it very, very slightly just to get it a little bit smoother. So next stage, I've been doing a lot of thinking about the next stage, and actually, unusually, my thoughts have been very unhelpful, in the sense that each of the ideas that I've had has kind of quickly become too detailed, too complex for this piece of wood. I need to stick to my original thought that what I'm going to carve out of this piece of wood is a really simple shape. And there's two reasons for that. One is that I think that's what it lends itself to because of the grain structure, because the grain is very open. So if I try and get into detail, I'll get into trouble because of the way the grain is. You need a tighter grain to be able to do detailed work. But also because there's something about the kind of size and mass of this piece of wood that I don't want to lose. I want to keep some of this. Probably I will keep the circle right through. I don't think it won't end up flat like this all the way around, but I think I will keep this circular shape all the way through. So what I've decided in terms of the next step is, rather than think about it anymore, is to get my chisel out and start chiseling away, because I know that the next thing I want to do is to make this, what is currently flat surface all the way around, pretty much, I want to make it rounder. So that, I think, is the next thing to do, is to start to round it off all the way around, and then take it from there, see what I want to do after that. Because, as I say, trying to think it through on this occasion is just not working. So I think what I have to do is develop, probably sounds cheesy, but it describes the experience for me. I have to develop my relationship with this piece of material. I have to work it and get the feel of it and see what starts to unfold. I have made one other decision, which is, and you can probably see it, yeah, you can see it on this side quite well. I've decided, this is the way the grain's running, as you can see, and I've decided that I want the final piece to be, so either in that direction or in that direction, rather than with the end grain at the top, with the grain running up and down. So I want the grain to run horizontally. That's about all I know at this point. So I will get girded up and figure out which chisel I want to use and which mallet I want to use, and start chipping away at the bits that I'm confident I'm happy to lose. So I'll start that, and I'll report back on with progress in due course.